Good morning, everyone. I am Lakshmi Aswini. I am from Department of Pharmaceutical Analysis. Here, I am discussing about my published paper, which is Stability Indicating Development and Validation of Trandrolaptil by LC-MS-MS method in bulk and tablet dosage forms. Next, come to the what are the contents of the published paper are abstract, introduction, review of literature, methodology, results and discussion, and conclusion. First, coming to abstract. And the method developed was selective, sensitive, and rapid, and the analyte and internal standard were extracted from 200 microliter of plasma by using liquid-liquid extraction. Chromatographic separation was achieved in 5.3 minutes by using Zorbac's HDB phenyl column, and 0.1% and acetonitrile are used as mobile phase, and the quantification of the drug was performed in electrospray ionization and multiple reaction mode. The proposed method was validated over the concentration range of 5 to 500 nanogram per ml. Validation results were acceptable as per FDA guidelines. Finally, the validated method was concluded that the method was successfully used to analyze human plasma samples for stability studies under various storage conditions. Next, coming to the introduction of the analyte used in the method was trandrolaptil, and trandrolaptil is an antihypertensive agent which comes under ACE inhibitor. Trandrolaptil converts as trandrolaptylate in the liver and then it inhibits ACE. It is used to treat mild to moderate hypertension. Literature survey reveals that there is no single quantitative determination of trandrolaptil in biological fluids. Hence, I attempted to develop a simple and reproducible LC-MS-MS method for quantification of the analyte, which is useful for therapeutic drug monitoring and pharmacokinetics. And next, coming to the methodology. Here, first we are going to discussing about materials and methods. Trandrolaptil, meloxicam, HPLC grade methanol, acetonitrile, formic acid, milk water, and milk purification system are used as materials and methods. And next, coming to the chromatographic and mass spectrophotometric conditions, API 4000 LC-MS-MS coupled with UFLC model is used as a separation module, and mobile phase used is formic acid and acetonitrile in the ratio of 30:70 volume by volume, and analytes were separated by Zorbac's Eclipse XDB phenyl column that is maintained at 40 plus or minus 20 degrees centigrade, and the flow rate used is 0.6 ml per minute, and the injection volume is 5 microliters and 6.5 minutes at runtime. And next, analyte and internal standard were detected by Porter-ZOTQ mass spectrophotometer, and the quantification of analyte and internal standard were achieved by operating the MS in positive ESA and MRM mode. Here ESA is electrospray ionization and MRM is multiple reaction mode. And nitrogen gas is used as both cone and dissolution gas with a flow rate of 50 liter per hour and 100 liter per hour. And next, coming to the sample pretreatment. Plasma samples are prepared by protein precipitation method. These are retrieved from the freezer and thawed at room temperature or water bath, and tubes were vertexed to mix. 200 microliters of plasma was transferred into pre-labeled tubes and 100 microliters of extraction buffer was added to all the tubes. And these are vertexed for 5 seconds and then add TBME was added to all the tubes and vertexed for 10 minutes by interrupting the vertexer for a period of 1 minute. And then all the vials are centrifuged at 4500 revolution per minute for 5 minutes at 4 degrees centigrade. About 1.8 ml of supernatant liquid was transferred into pre-labeled tubes and evaporated to dryness under nitrogen gas. 500 microliter reconstituted solution was added to the analyte and mix well for 5 minutes. From that, we have to take 5 microliters and that was injected to LC-MS-MS. And the stock solution of analyte and internal standard were prepared in methanol at 1 mg per ml and 0.1 mg per ml respectively. From the above stock solution, the concentration range of 263.95 83,400 microgram per ml of triandrolaprid were prepared, and the internal standard solution was similarly diluted with methanol. Calibration standard samples of triandrolaprid were obtained by spiking 10 microliter of the appropriate working solution to 100 microliter blank plasma. QC samples at low, medium, and high concentrations were prepared separately. All the stock solution, working solutions, and QC samples were stored at -70 degrees centigrade until use. Next, coming to the stability studies. Here we are doing stability studies for both stock solutions and stability of the analyte in plasma. First, coming to stock solution stability. It is done by two types, that is short term and long term. So the short term stock solution stability for analyte and internal standard, and the short term stock solution stability of the spiked samples under the working solution of the internal standard, and long term stability of working standard solution and internal standard, and as well as long term spiking solution stability and working stability of the internal standard. And first, coming to the stability of analyte in plasma. These are carried out by using these following stability studies, such as freeze-thaw stability, benchtop stability, autosampler stability, wet extract stability at room temperature, and wet extract stability at refrigerator temperature, dry extract stability, and stability of the analyte in blood at room temperature. So first, coming to freeze-thaw stability. Freeze-thaw stability of the spiked QC samples were determined after 4 freeze-thaw cycles stored at -28 degrees centigrade plus or minus 5 degrees centigrade. Stability was assessed by comparing with freshly prepared samples, and the percentage mean stability for HQC and LQC were found to be 99.48% and 101.31%. And next, coming to the benchtop stability. Spiked QC samples were determined by keeping the QC samples for a period of 12 hours 24 minutes at room temperature, and the percentage mean stability for HQC and LQC were found to be 99.65 and 105.79%. And autosampler stability, it is determined by keeping the quality samples for a period of 80 hours 5 minutes by storing them in a autosampler at 5 plus or minus 3 degrees centigrade. And the percentage mean stability for HQC and LQC are 98.24% and 97.63%. Next, coming to the extract stability at room temperature. Spiked QC samples were determined for a period of 24 hours 6 minutes by storing them at room temperature, and the percentage mean stability for HQC and LQC were found to be 98.28% and 106.30%. Next, coming to the wet extract stability at refrigerator temperature, and the spiked QC samples were determined by keeping the solutions for a period of 97 hours 55 minutes at 5 plus or minus 3 degrees centigrade, and the percentage mean stability of HQC and LQC were found to be 99.48% and 105.78%. And next, coming to the dry extract stability, in this the spiked QC samples were determined by keeping the solution for a period of 49 hours 55 minutes at -28 plus or minus 5 degrees centigrade. And the percentage mean stability of HQC and LQC were 100.06% and 93.2%. And the last one is stability of analyte in blood at room temperature. It is carried out for a period of 3 hours 5 minutes, and the percentage mean stability for HQC and LQC were 101.0 and 98.43%. And for all these studies, these are compared with the freshly prepared solutions to take the results of the stability studies. And next, coming to the anticoagulant effect. It can be assessed by the calibration standards and freshly prepared QC samples in Q3 EDTA human plasma, and the percentage mean stability of HQC and LQC were 103.83 and 106.30%. And next, coming to the results and discussion. And here we are doing the results and discussion for both method development and for the validated parameters. So first, coming to the results and discussion of the method development, and these results are carried out for the following, such as optimization of chromatographic and mass spectrophotometric conditions, optimization of sample preparation, selection of internal standard. First, coming to the optimization of chromatographic and mass spectrophotometric conditions. In order to optimize mass spectrophotometer, standard solutions of analyte and internal standard were injected into the mass with electrospray ionization. By comparing the response of positive ion and negative ion mode, we discovered that analyte and internal standard had stronger signal intensity and lower background noise in positive ion mode. That's why response was detected in positive ion mode. Acetonitrile was chosen as organic phase because of the advantage of higher responses and lower background noise by composition with formic acid. Previous study indicates that low concentration of acid solution can facilitate the protonation and improve the intensity of the basic compounds in the positive ion mode. Different concentrations of formic acid such as 0.05, 0.1 and 0.2% were added to acetonitrile as different mobile phases. The shape of the peak and intensity of the analyte and internal standard were improved significantly when 0.1% of formic acid was added to the mobile phase. And next come to the optimization of sample preparation. It is the most important step for accurate and reliable LC-MS assay. Several samples was used for the method that are investigated in this study, like protein precipitation method and liquid-liquid extraction. However, the liquid-liquid extraction with tertiary methyl ether showed limited extraction recovery. Thus, the protein precipitation was selected, which is simple, less time-consuming. Different protein precipitation solvents used as trial, but precipitation with acetonitrile showed high recovery and perfect peak shape for both analyte and internal standard. Selection of internal standard. According to FDA guidelines, any internal standard which are going to use in any method biological analysis should be structurally similar analog of the analyte. Ramipril and meloxicam were tested as internal standard, where and ramipril has given unsatisfactory response. So meloxicam was selected because of high ionization response in electrospray ionization and mass spectrophotometer and shows a similar retention time. Next, coming to the results and discussion of an analytical method validation. Here, the validated parameters I am going to discuss are specificity, linearity, and LLOQ, recovery and matrix effect, precision and accuracy, stability. So first coming to specificity, the detection of trandrolapil and an internal standard by MRM mode was highly selective with no interferences from the endogenous substances. Retention time of trandrolapil and internal standard was 5.3 and 1.24 minutes. Linearity and LLOQ. Calibration curves showed good linearity over the concentration range of 0.5 to 500 nanogram per ml in human plasma. A typical equation of a calibration curve was y equal to 0.0173 into x plus 0.253. Here R is 0.9969 and y equal to peak area ratio of trandrolapil and internal standard, x equal to concentration of trandrolapil, and LLOQ of trandrolapil in human plasma was 5.061 nanogram per ml. And coming to the recovery and matrix, extraction recovery was in the range of 85.0 to 115, and the matrix effect were observed for the analyte. Precision and accuracy, the inter and intraday RSD were measured as 13.2 and 15.64%, and the detection was measured at 3 concentration levels. All are acceptable range. Stability, and the stability in autosampler at 80 hours 5 minutes through repeated Feesta cycles and under frozen at minus 28.5% degrees centigrade. And next coming to the conclusion. Conclusion on the chromatographic method and conclusion on the stability of the analyte. First coming to the conclusion on the chromatographic conditions. Based on the experiments done during the course of validation, it can be concluded that the intended method is validated for the estimation of translactyl in human plasma over the concentration range of 5 to 500 picogram per ml. And the precision and mean accuracy are within the concentration acceptable limits. Consistent recoveries are observed for LQC, MQC, and HQC. The method is specific enough in the presence of K2 EDTA anticoagulant. The method is precise and accurate enough to dilute the samples if necessary. Conclusion on the stability of analyte is based on the stability experiments carried out during the course of validation. It can be concluded that the intended analyte is stable in all the performed experiments, and the stability experiment performed are within the acceptable limit. Here, these are some parameters and their values mentioned in the paragraph is column. The Jorbax Eclipse X DB phenol column is used, that is having 3.5 micron 7.5 into 4.6 mm, and mobile phase is formic acid and acetonitrile in the ratio of 30:70 volume by volume, and the flow rate is 0.16 ml per minute, and the runtime is 6.5 minutes, and autosampler temperature is 5 plus or minus 3 degrees centigrade, and column oven temperature is 40 plus or minus 2 degrees centigrade, and injection volume is 5 microliters, and the detection is mass detector. And finally, thank you to IJSR, the whole team of IJSR, for giving me this opportunity to take the e-presentation of my published paper. Thank you. Thank you so much.